Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled by a sparkling silver river, lived a humble and kind-hearted fisherman. One quiet morning, the river brought him an unexpected gift. A beautiful baby girl, floating safely in a woven basket. He named her Ilara and vowed to raise her as his own. Years passed, and Ilara grew into a young woman with a heart of pure gold. But when the fisherman passed away,
I miss you so much. This is for you. I'll always remember you.
his widow showed her true colors. She showered all her love on her own daughter, Clara, who was as spoiled as she was arrogant. Meanwhile, Ilara was treated as nothing more than a servant, forced to do all the heavy chores. Every single day, no matter the weather, Ilara was sent deep into the whispering woods to draw water from an ancient hidden spring. One misty afternoon, as she filled her pitcher, a frail old woman appeared from the shadows. She said, "I am so thirsty, child," she whispered. "Could you spare a drop of water?" With a warm smile, Ilara gently held her pitcher to the woman's lips. As the old woman drank, a brilliant light enveloped her. She transformed into a magnificent guardian fairy.
This forest awaits you.
Your heart is as clear as this spring. For your kindness, I grant you this gift. With every word you speak, a blooming flower or a precious jewel shall fall from your lips.
When Ilara returned home and spoke to her stepmother, a miracle happened. Glowing red roses and sparkling diamonds tumbled from her mouth onto the wooden floor. The widow's eyes widened with greed. "Clara," she ordered, "go to the spring at once. If this peasant can get such wealth, imagine what the fairy will give you."
No time. Go. But I don't understand. Just go.
Reluctantly, Clara marched into the forest, wearing her finest velvet dress. But this time, the fairy appeared not as an old woman, but as a wealthy, elegant princess. "Please, miss," the princess asked, "may I have a drink from your pitcher?" Clara scoffed and crossed her arms. "Do I look like a servant? Fetch it yourself." The princess stepped back, her form shifting back into the powerful fairy. Her eyes were stern. "Your outside may be adorned in fine clothes, but your heart is filled with thorns," she declared. "From now on, every word you speak shall reveal the ugliness within. Toads and serpents shall fall from your lips." Clara ran home in tears, but as she cried out to her mother, ugly toads leaped from her mouth. Horrified and furious,
Get out of my sight and never come.
the widow blamed Ilara and chased her out of the house into the darkening woods. But Ilara was not afraid. The forest had always been her friend. Guided by the glowing light of her own magical flowers and diamonds, Ilara soon met a kind prince traveling through the woods. He was captivated not by her jewels, but by the warmth and purity of her soul. They returned to his kingdom, where Ilara's gentle words filled the palace with endless gardens of joy. And as for Clara and her mother, they lived out their days in silence, learning the hard way that true wealth always begins in the heart. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a lush green forest, there lived an old mother goat who had 7 little kids. She loved them with all her heart. One day, she wanted to go into the forest to fetch some food. She warned them about the wicked beast.
You will know him by his rough voice and his black feet. Dear children, be on your guard against the wolf.
Don't worry, Mom. We'll be careful.
But the wolf was watching from the shadows. As soon as the mother was gone, he crept up to the house.
It's lunchtime.
He knocked at the door.
Open the door, my dear children.
The loud knock sent a shiver through the little goats, and they huddled together in fear. But the eldest brother gathered his courage, stepped towards the door, and answered.
We won't open the door. It's the wolf.
Little goats, let me in!
That voice is too rough. You are a wolf, not mother. We won't open the door. It's the wolf.
The wolf growled. He needed a plan. There is a magical candy shop in the forest. So he ran to the candy shop. He bought a large lemon candy to make his voice sweet. He swallowed it, and his voice became soft. Feeling very proud of his trick, he hurried back to the cottage and knocked again. This time, his voice was so sweet that the little goats almost believed their mother had returned. They cheered with joy. But just as they were about to unlock the door, the wise eldest brother stopped them. They quietly lay on the floor and carefully peeked under the heavy wooden door. And there they saw the terrifying truth. Large, furry, black wolf feet. You are the wolf, not mother. Our mother has white feet. Furious at being caught again, the wolf ran straight to the village miller. He angrily forced the frightened miller to cover his dark paws with thick white flour.
Flour! Right now!
Making them look as white as fresh snow. The villain returned to the cottage for the 3rd time. With a sweet voice and snow-white paws pressed against the glass, his trick finally worked. The innocent little goats, believing they were safe, slowly unlocked the heavy wooden door. Suddenly, the door burst open, revealing the wicked wolf. The poor little goats panicked, screaming and running in every direction to hide. But the wolf was too fast. With a large sack in his hands, he chased them around the room, catching 6 of them and stuffing them inside. Only the youngest, tiniest goat managed to stay safe by hiding quietly inside the tall grandfather clock. Exhausted from all the running, the greedy wolf collapsed on the rug and instantly fell into a deep, heavy sleep, his loud snores shaking the entire cottage. The youngest goat bravely peeked out of his hiding spot, tiptoed past the sleeping monster, and ran outside to find his mother. Just outside, the mother goat was returning. She found her youngest child in tears and listened in horror as he explained what the wolf had done. Though her heart was broken, she knew she had to be incredibly brave to save her family. Together, they quietly crept back into the house. She realized her children were still alive. Grabbing her sharp sewing scissors, she carefully cut open the sack. One by one, 6 happy little heads popped out, overjoyed to see their mother. But the clever mother goat wasn't finished. She ordered her children to fetch large, heavy stones from the riverbank. And the mother quickly sewed it back together. The sleepy wolf never even noticed. With the trap set, the youngest goat made a loud noise to wake the beast. Startled and confused, the wolf grabbed his surprisingly heavy sack and stumbled outside, chasing the quick little goat all the way to a narrow wooden bridge over the rushing river. As the wolf stepped onto the bridge, the massive weight of the stones pulled him completely off balance. The little goats cheered from the bridge, hugging their brave mother. And that is the magical tale of the wolf and the 7 little goats. The end. Once upon a time, in a grand kingdom surrounded by emerald hills, there lived an old king. In the center of his royal courtyard grew a magnificent, ancient tree. But this was no ordinary tree, for its branches grew large, heavy apples made of solid, glowing gold. Every morning, the king would happily count his precious apples. But one day, one golden apple was missing.
My precious fruits.
A mysterious thief was stealing them in the night. Furious, the king scolded his guards and ordered his 2 oldest sons to guard the tree.
We are ready, Father.
But as soon as the midnight wind blew, they fell into a deep, lazy slumber. The next morning, the king looked down from his balcony and was absolutely furious to find them fast asleep. Desperate to catch the thief, the king summoned his grand royal court. He called upon his youngest son and gave him a strict royal command
My son,
to
heed this
succeed
command.
where his
The
brothers
kingdom's
had
fate rests on your
failed.
obedience. Yes, Father.
Finally, it was the youngest prince's turn. He was kind, brave, and determined to stay awake. He sat quietly under the great tree, watching the starry sky. Just as the castle clock struck midnight, a brilliant, blinding light filled the dark garden. Descending from the clouds was a magnificent bird. Its feathers glowing like the morning sun. It was the magical golden bird. As it plucked an apple, the prince gently aimed his bow, not to hurt it, but to scare it away. And the bird flew off. The next morning, the king saw the glowing feather and declared he must have this beautiful bird. The brave youngest prince packed his bag and set off into the deep, whispering woods. There, he met a strange and wonderful creature, a beautiful red fox with wise, glowing eyes, who offered to guide him safely. Guided by the magical fox, the prince sneaked into a dark, silent castle. He tiptoed past the sleeping guards and found the golden bird sitting in a simple wooden cage, illuminating the room with its warm golden light. With a gentle touch, the prince unlocked the cage. The bird rubbed its glowing head against his hand, knowing it was safe. But just as the cage opened, the shadows in the room twisted, and a terrifying dark sorcerer appeared, blocking their escape. He raised his twisted staff, firing blasts of dark magic at the prince. But the brave prince did not back down. With his bow in hand and the magical fox by his side, he fought back fiercely. Together, they shattered the sorcerer's staff, breaking his dark spell forever.
With the sorcerer defeated, the prince, the fox, and the magnificent golden bird finally escaped the dark castle. When they returned, the golden bird flew freely over the royal garden. Its magical light touched the ancient tree, and instantly, dozens of new golden apples bloomed. The king was overjoyed and named his kind-hearted son the new ruler of the kingdom. The magical fox vanished into the beautiful forest, always watching over them. The kingdom rested peacefully, bathed in the warm golden glow of the bird's light. Now the stars twinkle brightly in the sky. It is time to close our eyes and dream of magical forests. Sleep well and good night.